How y'all doing? Wherever you are in YouTube land, we're in Sonora, Texas, and I've spent most of the morning cutting these little uh, burrs out of her feet and on her tail and a little bit of everywhere. But Connie's fixing us some breakfast, and she's going to join me here in a little bit because we have a little greeting that we want to send out to everybody. But we're in Sonora, Texas. I spent about 2 hours this morning mapping out the rest of our trip and figuring up the cost of our trip, and parks and BLM lands. So we're doing okay there. But we do have to get a cell phone booster. These cell phone service where we're at right now is like 1 bar of Verizon, 0 bars of T-Mobile, so I have nothing on my phone. But yeah, when we leave here a couple days, we're going to get a cell phone booster. So I have to reinstall an inverter and drifter. The inverter got fried. We had a 1,000-watt inverter, and it got fried plugging a hair curling iron into it. So it's fried. We got to replace it. And it was like $450 for the inverter. It's coming here, FedEx today. So if it comes, I'm going to have to install it. Probably spend Thanksgiving installing it if it doesn't come in soon enough to get it in today before dark. So that's what we're doing. And Sadie, do you say hi? Sadie, say hi. Say hi to everybody. You say hi. I don't tell you about the cost of the inverter because I want you to feel sorry for us, but I do want everyone to understand that you are going to have costs for maintenance living in an RV just like you would in a house. If my well pump went bad in my house, or my refrigerator went bad, or whatever, you're going to have costs spring up. So that's the only reason I told you about the inverter. And I want to explain, you're going to see a little clip in this video where Connie and I could have very well been killed by a trucker. He cuts us off, and it was very, very close. I got very, very upset, but I have to forgive, just like I want people to forgive me. So God says if we don't forgive, we can't expect to be forgiven. So, but I do forgive that trucker. But Connie and I very well wouldn't be here today, possibly because of a trucker's dumb action. And it could be because there's a shortage of truck drivers, and maybe was new to driving. But you can tell he hadn't been on that route before because he was in the wrong lane. He was in the lane to turn off to Lake Charles, Louisiana. And because he made the mistake, and he either had to go in that lane and then he would have had to double back to get back on the right route, or make the decision to almost cut us off and cause a horrendous accident. So he made the decision to almost cut us off and cause a horrendous accident. And you'll see that clip in this video because I was just had the camera running when this happened. So again, we tell you the good with the bad on this trip. 90% of it's been very good. Very, very good. And I'm so thankful that we was able to be a nomad for 5 months. Just go where we want and do what we want. And in a couple of years, we're going to be a nomad again. When I get a few years older and finally reach retirement age, we're going to do it again. So Lord willing, and our health stays well. So I want you to enjoy this upcoming video, and it's going to be mostly about Magnolia Beach, but some other things that's happened on our trip too. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Connie, I just want to ask you a few questions real quick. A little bit about our trip. Just tell me what you've liked so far about being a nomad, just traveling around.
The scenery, the weather, and The lake, the ocean,
That was
in the
pretty.
Gulf of Mexico,
Yeah.
staying on the ocean. That was great.
How about the cactuses?
I love the cactuses.
Yeah, we just started running into a bunch of cacti in
just since we got to
in Texas. Yeah.
This end of Texas.
Okay. What don't you like about it so far?
Dry camping.
Dry camping. She don't like the dry camping. She likes to have her hookups. We are perfectly self-contained dry camping, but she likes to be able to use as much water as she wants, and we can't use as much water as we want when we're dry camping. We recently spent 5 days on Magnolia Beach, night getting there, and then 4 days on the beach. But we did very well. We used we had a third of our gray tank was full when we left, and our black tank wasn't even reading a third, and we still had 2/3 of a tank of water. So we did really good conserving. But yeah, it's a little tough getting used to dry camp. But other than that, we're doing good. Anything else you want to add?
No.
Okay. Again, happy Thanksgiving, and we love you all, and
miss my family.
If you notice, the U.S. flag and the Texas flag is at equal heights. At one time, Texas was a nation, so it is allowed. The Texas flag is allowed to be flown at the same height as the U.S. flag. Well, we're at Baytown, Texas, Buc-ee's. Another bucket list down. Here we are. We're going to go in and see exactly what they got to offer here at Buc-ee's. Actually, looks more like a Walmart than a gas station. Look at all the pumps down through there. Well, we just couldn't resist getting a Buc-ee's shirt. Wherever we roam, Buc-ee's is home for hers and mine. Buc-ee's since 1982. And here is the fronts. The sun. Here comes the sun. Here comes the sun. I say it's alright. They seem to like the beach.
I know, we go to Mexico in 2019. She loves the beach. Yeah. But she doesn't like it too much here. Like it's well, air is okay, but the shells.
Oh, okay.
They're
On their feet.
Yeah. She doesn't seem to like it.
We was down to 12.2 this morning. We top off around 13.1 with the panels, and so I got them out deployed again this morning, and I'd like to have them mounted, and they will be mounted, but I like being able to adjust the direction, you know, much as I want this way. So we're getting good solar again this morning. Again, we were down to 12.2 this morning, and I look for it to be back to 13 by 11 or 12. We have Sadie where she's not really barking at people walking by like she was. Now if a dog comes, that's a different story. I woke up this morning and I looked out my bedroom window, and that's what I seen. It was floating the other way, and I thought, that looks like a body out there. So I jumped up out of bed, came out, and it's just a piece of driftwood. So far, we're loving Magnolia Beach. We haven't had any bad weather. It was overcast the first day we got here. I do want to caution, if you come down here and camp, don't wear shorts and stand in the taller grass. I was down talking to Rockin' RV Adventures yesterday, and something was just eating one of my legs up. Connie did some research on Google when I came back, and she thinks it was chiggers. But man, I came back and I washed my leg with alcohol and then soap and water, and finally we got the itch to go away. She treated it with some Benadryl. But you come down here, caution you. Everybody I was talking to had long pants on, so they weren't getting bit. Good morning. This is our third day at Magnolia Beach. I had to get up last night at about 12:30. Connie heard the fridge beeping, and we had run out of propane. As I told you guys in earlier videos, I did put the extended stay on. Our onboard tank was full, but our extended stay tank had run out. I had a full 20-pounder in the Jeep and a partial, so I just got up and went out and exchanged the tanks, and everything was good. So now we're down to our last extended stay tank, and our onboard is still full. I've got a partial and another one, but we're going to use that for the burner tonight to enjoy outside. Again, we're having a good time down here. You can see the water behind me. Some folks were concerned about the tide when we first got here, and the tide does come up I think almost 3.5 feet, but if you can't really tell it, but out there's a dip that goes down. It goes down like that, and it goes down about 3 feet. So the water's has never came close to the RV. It hasn't even come within 30 feet of the RV. So we're doing good. We're doing good conserving water. We were new to this boondocking stuff. Our batteries are doing good. The solar's doing good. As I told you earlier, it had the batteries topped off about noon yesterday with just 2 panels. And I did put a 3rd panel on it later on in the afternoon just to make sure. And the 3rd panel is our foldable panel that came with the EcoFlow Delta. But I did run a generator yesterday for about an hour to charge the EcoFlow back up to 100% so we could make our coffee this morning. Our inverter in Drifter is only 1,000 watts, so it does good for most things, but coffee pots and microwaves and stuff like that, it doesn't do good on. So, but that's all I got for now. We're going to be here probably a couple more days. We want to be in a park for Thanksgiving, so we'll just see how it goes. Now there's some more campsites on down here. They got the little pink shelters that, in case you need out of the sun a little bit. And down here is the bathrooms. There's no showers here. Yeah. Some more beach to camp on down here too. Free, totally free. You got to be self-contained. They do give you the bathrooms, you can't beat that. And I haven't seen any place for trash as of yet. Let's try the camper. We're looking for rockin' RV adventures, and there they are. Yep, and that reflection. Generators. We're going to hook up with Rockin' RV Adventures, but I don't want to bother them until they're out. I'll just go up and knock on somebody's camper. Having fun, huh? Good. That is awesome.